Hello everyone, I'm Celeste Byrd. I'm a dyslexia interventionist here at Fountain Lake. I also teach journalism, and I'm going to cook today some things called Sesame Snaps. And they are very popular in Greece and the UK and some Central Asian countries and also the Middle East. Cooking with sesame seeds is really good because some people are allergic to nuts. So this kind of helps with our people who have nut allergies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off and I'm just going to toast some sesame seeds from the very beginning. There we go. I'm just going to toast these up just because it gives them a little bit more flavor and it kind of makes the sesame snaps a little bit snappier. Now the thing about a sesame snap is you don't have to cut anything. It's basically just putting everything together in one bowl, stirring it up, and making it into like one little sheet. And then once you make it into a sheet, you cook it for like 10 to 12 minutes. And it's kind of like a cookie, but also a cracker. You can buy these just in the regular supermarket. You can buy them and they come individually packaged, but they kind of taste commercial. So this is a way to kind of make it your own and make it taste really good. When you're toasting the sesame seeds, if you watch them really closely, a few of them will start to kind of jump up out of the pan a little bit, and that's how you can tell that you're getting them toasted, because they're breaking open. And once you have just a few of them break open, then you know that it's about time to stop toasting them because you don't want them to burn. Okay, I think it's time to stop toasting these now. And this is just a half a cup of sesame seeds that are toasted. And then I need 1/4 cup of desiccated coconut, which has not been sweetened. This needs to be unsweetened coconut, otherwise it's not going to taste as good, and it's not going to bring the snap that we want with our sesame snaps, because we want them to be crispy and not pliable. So I'm also going to toast my coconut because I think that it tastes better once it's been toasted. You don't have to toast your coconut. It's just more flavorful. It really brings out the smell of the coconut, and it really brings out the oils in the coconut too. So it makes it really tasty. The coconut is used as a binder, but it's also used for flavor. And if you don't like coconut, you do not have to use it in this recipe. It's not necessary for the sesame snaps, but it does kind of bring a lot of flavor and a lot of fun. And you can tell that your coconut is done when it starts to brown, and you don't want it to get too brown because that means it's burned, and burned coconut does not taste very good. So you just want it to be lightly toasted. And it is lightly toasted right now, so I think I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat off. And I'll go ahead and add my toasted coconut to my mixture. So these are my dry ingredients that I have, and now I need to add some wet ingredients. We always want to add our dry ingredients first and get them kind of mixed up so that when we add our wet ingredients, it'll be easier to stir those up. Okay, so for our wet ingredients, we need 2 tablespoons of brown rice syrup. This is kind of hard to find. You may have to order it on Amazon, or you may have to go to some specialty shops like Trader Joe's or Whole Foods to find them. And I just need 2 tablespoons of the brown rice syrup. This brown rice syrup is a lot like honey. It's really thick syrup. It's a great way to sweeten things without using sugar, and it's a little bit more natural than using sugar. Okay, and then the next item that we need is 1 tablespoon of honey. If you can find local honey, that's really great. This honey is our local Arkansas honey, and some of you may not know this, but if you can get some local honey, it helps people with their allergies, because local honey, all the bees go to pollinate the plants that are local around you, and it helps people build up antibodies and immunities to the things that they're allergic to outside. And I actually have some bees of my own, and I have local honey at my house that came straight from the bees in my backyard, and I use it to help with my allergies because I do have some. Then I need a 1/2 tablespoon of melted coconut oil. This is a binder that will help when the snaps finish and they cool down. This will help keep the snaps all together, and it will bring that crispiness that we want. So just a 1/2 tablespoon, or actually half a tablespoon. And then I need 1 teaspoon of vanilla. We all know that this is for flavor, and if you accidentally put just like an extra amount of vanilla in there, it's okay. It tastes really good. So just to reiterate, I used sesame seeds, pumpkin seeds, coconut, brown rice syrup, honey, melted coconut oil, and vanilla extract. And now all I'm going to do is mix this together. And it's a good thing that we mixed up our dry ingredients first, because if you can see inside my bowl, they do kind of get sticky. This is a really sticky recipe, which is why we want to make sure that we get all those dry ingredients first. That way we can incorporate them better when we start adding our wet ingredients. This is not a very big recipe, so it doesn't make a ton of snacks, but you can double or triple the recipe as you see fit. So all we're going to do here is we're going to take our mixture and we're going to put it on some parchment paper. I'm going to try to get as much of the mixture on the parchment paper as I can. And now we're going to try to make this into a solid square. So I'm just going to take my hands and kind of shape it a little bit before I use the second piece of parchment paper over the top. And now I'm going to take my rolling pin and I'm going to roll out this into a nice thin piece that I can bake. And I want it to be thin because when it comes out of the oven, I want it to snap. And now we just put this in the oven and we're going to bake it for 10 to 12 minutes or until it is crispy. So let me get my pan. Now I'm just going to let that cool off like it's a cookie. Okay, when it gets cooled down, you can just break this into any type of shape that you want. And if you hear it, oh, so crispy. Ladies and gentlemen, now you have your Sesame Snaps that I've plated up. It's a unique and healthy treat, especially for those who have nut allergies. And it's a great treat to cook with your kids. And it's crispy and crunchy and delicious. Mmm.